Hello, lovely ones. I am so glad you are here. This masterclass is called Unblocking the Blocks to Natural Weight Release. And that's no accident. So many of us have done everything right. We've cleaned up our food. We've tried fasting. And maybe for you watching this, you might have gone full carnivore, but the weight is still holding on. Or we lost some and now it's crept back on. It's very frustrating, isn't it? It can feel like our bodies are betraying us in many ways, but I'm here to tell you, your body is not the enemy. In fact, it's doing its absolute best to protect you. This masterclass is all about understanding why that happens and what we can gently do to support our bodies in letting go. Naturally, of course. So I'm just going to share my screen with you. There we go. Hopefully you can see this. And I'll just see if I can grab my notes. There we go. Okay, right. Now let's uncover what's really holding you back. So let's start here. The part most programs never, ever talk about. Why we gain weight in the first place. Now, I'm not talking about overeating or not moving enough, because let's be honest, that's been drilled into us for decades and it hasn't worked. Weight gain is your body's intelligent way of trying to keep you alive. When your body feels threatened, whether it's from emotional stress, inflammation, toxic load, trauma, or constant cortisol spikes, or all of the above, it holds on to fat to protect you. This is part of your primal design. It's your body saying, let me help you survive this. Let me give you backup energy, padding, storage, protection. But in today's world, the threats aren't famine or even saber-toothed tigers. They're emails, toxins, unprocessed emotion, poor sleep, and pressure to be everything to everyone. And your body hasn't caught up. It's still responding to the way it always has, by holding on. Now, I would love to know, and I know you're not watching this live, but I would love to know, has your body ever gained weight during a really stressful time in your life, like a job change, a relationship breakup, a health scare? Now, very often when people have a very stressful time, the weight can actually go down for many of us, but then it'll bounce very quickly back up and actually increase. So if you could just jot that down and maybe put it underneath this recording, that would be absolutely interesting. It can help us really see that it isn't about willpower. It's all about our biology. And so it's a really, really important thing. And the hypothalamus is something, if you've been in my world for any length of time, I talk about all the time. However, if you don't know what the hypothalamus is, I will quickly go through it. It's a tiny but mighty part of your brain. And it basically sits in the base of your spine, in the base of your skull. And I think of it as your body's central control hub. It's constantly monitoring your internal and external environment. And when it senses long-term stress, now whether that's emotional, physical, chemical, or even energetic, it flips a survival switch. And what does survival mean to your ancient biology? Store fat, protect energy, slow everything down. Your hypothalamus remembers the famine years of your ancestors, and it doesn't know the difference between running from a lion and dealing with an inbox full of stress, poor sleep, and unresolved trauma. So, if you've been living in that low grade, ongoing stress state, even if you've been eating clean, your body is still holding on to fat as a survival mechanism. It's really not going against you. It is trying to save you. So I would like to ask you another question. So can you relate to that feeling of always on edge? Like your body doesn't feel safe to let go? What kind of stress has been present in your life over the past year? By bringing awareness to that, that's the first step in shifting it. So, this is where so many people get stuck, and why the diet industry keeps us chasing our tails. And you can be doing everything right with your food: carnivore, keto, fasting, even cutting out every so-called trigger. But if your body is still in a state of stress, inflammation, or overwhelm, it won't let go. Why? Because food alone can't fix a dysregulated system. If your drainage pathways are blocked, if the nervous system is wired, or if there's unresolved trauma or toxicity, the body won't feel safe enough to release weight. Most people jump straight into a detox, cutting out foods, or even adding more restriction, and the body goes, nope, too much, too fast, I'm holding on tighter. This is why the order matters. And this is the first time I've shared with everyone what this is all about. So I just want to really hone in on something that I feel is really important and is becoming more and more important as the toxic soup we are surrounded in becomes more and more. So if we look at this order, basically without preparing the body first, diets or food restriction can become just another stressor. Hopefully, this is the moment where things start to make sense. Because when we work with our body in the right order, it responds. Over the last few years, I found that there are 4 essential phases to unlocking natural weight release. And if you skip them or do them out of order, it is likely that you will stay stuck. Now, these are what I call the 4 Ds: drain, defend, displace, detox. Now, many of you, I'm sure I've been one of them too, skip straight to detox. But if the body hasn't drained or doesn't feel safe, detox just becomes another shock to the system. But when we start with drainage, then calm the body's defenses, then gently displace the things that don't belong, detox becomes easy, natural, and safe. Now, don't worry, I'm going to go over these in a bit more detail. I found that this is a sequence that really, really works, especially for women over 40 whose bodies have been through a lot. And over the next few slides, I'm going to walk you through each one so that you understand what's really going on and how to support yourself through it. Okay, so here we go. Drain. Step 1. So liver, lymph, kidneys, bowel, skin, and lungs. These are our detoxification symptoms. So this is the first phase, and it's the one that's almost always overlooked, and it's called drainage. Now, I've been getting clients with Fast Track to Health to do drainage as a natural part of the program. It's called Boost Drops. And Boost Drops has homeopathic drainage remedies in there. But I'll just go into it. So basically, before we think about detoxifying anything, we need to make sure that the body's main elimination pathways are actually open. And what that means is your liver, which is your master filter, your lymphatic system, your internal rubbish collector, kidneys and bowels, your exit routes, and don't forget skin and lungs. Both are major detoxification organs too. If even one of these is sluggish, the body can't process what's trying to be released, and you end up recycling toxins, raising inflammation, and often feeling worse. This is why people often feel awful when they jump into detox protocols. They haven't opened the drain first. Symptoms like bloating, brain fog, rashes, constipation, puffiness, breathlessness, or even detox reactions are all signs that drainage needs more support. And we'll talk about how to support these organs a bit later. But just know this, nothing moves without drainage. It's a bit like a block sink or toilet. So once the drainage pathways are open, the next step is to calm the body's internal alarm system. I call this phase defend, because when your body feels under attack, it defends itself by holding on. This defense can look like chronic inflammation, histamine reactions, hormonal chaos, autoimmune flares, or just that feeling of being stuck in high alert all the time. Most of this comes down to an overloaded immune system and a nervous system that's running in fight or flight mode. And here's the key. Your body cannot release weight in a body that believes it's in danger. Fat, unwanted white fat, becomes your body's protective armor. It's trying to buffer you from more stress. So until we help your system feel safe, stable, and not under threat, it won't release that armor, no matter how clean your food is. So this phase is all about calming, grounding, and regulating, bringing the body back to rest, digest, and heal. So once the drainage is open, once we've started to really defend, then the body starts to feel safe. And the next step is to clear the terrain gently and respectfully. This means addressing the living blocks that can hijack your health. Parasites, yeasts and candida, mold, biofilm, that sticky matrix that protects them. But here's the deeper truth that not many talk about. Your body often allows these pathogens to stay because in a strange way, they're helping it. These pathogens can actually bind to heavy metals and chemicals that your body doesn't yet have the strength or pathways to eliminate. So until your detox systems are supported, the body lets these unwanted guests remain, because displacing them without a plan could release those toxins into your system with nowhere to go. And that's why we displace only when the body is ready, and only the pathogens. This is a gentle eviction of what no longer serves, so your body can reclaim its space and vitality without triggering overwhelm. We'll leave the deeper chemical and metal detox for later in the next phase, when your body can handle it with grace. So this is the final D, detox. And this is the phase so many people try to start with. But without the first 3 Ds in place, drainage, defense, and displacing the pathogens, detox can backfire and simply not work. But when we do it in the right order, the body finally feels safe enough to let go. And here's something most people don't realize. Your body often stores toxins, especially heavy metals and chemicals, inside your fat cells. It does this to protect your vital organs. Fat becomes the safest storage unit your body has. And that's why those last few stubborn kilos often refuse to shift, because they're literally holding on to the burden of toxicity. And it goes deeper. Heavy metals like aluminium can also lodge in areas like the brain, spinal cord, and even nerve tissue. These aren't places you can reach with a juice cleanse or another supplement. But by gently preparing the body and then moving into detox at the right time, we give it the power and the safety to begin releasing from those hidden places. So you may experience, if you've done this right, fat finally being released, lighter and clearer thinking, and who doesn't want that? Improved coordination and less joint stiffness. Emotional shifts as old energy moves out. This is a true detox, not just weight loss, but cellular liberation. And your body knows exactly how to do it. It just needs the right conditions. So, before we move into this, I want to take a moment to address something I see all of the time. You start eating better, maybe carnivore, maybe low inflammatory, and at first it works. The bloating reduces, the cravings stop, the weight begins to shift, and then it stops. Or worse, the weight starts to creep back on. You haven't changed anything. You're still being good. So what's going on? What's happening is this. You've removed the triggers, but not the root blocks. Food is powerful. It can calm inflammation, stabilize blood sugars, and reduce stress on the body. Temporarily, that is. But if drainage is still blocked, or if the nervous system is still hypervigilant, if the pathogens are still squatting in your gut or your brain is storing metals, then your body will stabilize for a while and then reach a point of resistance. This is where people feel like carnivore or clean eating stop working. But really, the body is just waiting for the next layer to be addressed. And actually, I always see weight, if you gain weight, that the body is sharing with you that something is not right. And so this is exactly what we're talking about with this. And this is exactly what the 4Ds were designed for, to help keep you going, even when the food is no longer enough on its own. Now, let's talk about a form of support that goes beyond food, supplements, or even mindset work, and that is frequencies. Now, you've heard people talking about frequencies a lot lately. Everything in your body, every cell, every organ, every emotion carries a frequency. And when that frequency is disrupted, healing slows down or stalls completely. Sometimes, no matter how good your food is, no matter how many herbs or detoxes you've tried, the block is energetic. That's where frequency tools like the Genius Biofeedback that I operate and some other practitioners here operate too, and LifeWave patches come in. With the Genius, I'm able to scan your energy field remotely, picking up imbalances in organs, meridians, emotional patterns, and toxicity. From there, we send balancing frequencies back into the system to gently guide it back to coherence. Now, what we've designed with this is a way of taking you through all the 4Ds. So basically, when you first start, you start working on the detoxification pathways. And then we start energetically allowing the body to accept really good nutrition. That's the second step. And then the third step, we send frequencies to kill off pathogens. And then in the fourth step, we send you frequencies that will do all of the other three plus heavy metal chemical detoxification frequencies. It is pure magic. It's also new. We haven't included this in any of our other programs before. Now, we have done frequency work with parasites and we have done frequency work with drainage and other things. But basically, we're putting all of these together simply because we know that they are absolutely amazing. And so every week we get you to send your voice recording so we can send you specifics for you. And then we will send you a a sort of playlist that goes onto your phone and you play it either to yourself, you can have earphones, you can play it to your water, so you're making a homeopathic remedy. And you can just have it playing in the background. It doesn't have to be loud. Your body will pick up those frequencies and work very gently in the background. And honestly, it is like energetic tuning. And for many people, it's the missing piece. Then there's LifeWave patches, small wearable patches that use phototherapy to reflect specific wavelengths of light into the body. No drugs, no chemicals, just activating your own stem cells, detox pathways, and healing systems through light and frequencies. These tools aren't replacements, they're actually amplifiers. They support everything I've already talked about, from drainage to detox, by helping the body remember its natural rhythm. And best of all, you don't have to do anything. You simply allow the support in. Now that you understand the 4Ds, the real reason your body may be holding on to weight, and how frequencies can gently support your healing, you may be wondering, okay, so what can I actually do now? The first thing I want you to know is you haven't been doing anything wrong. Honestly, you've just been missing the right order, and haven't we all? And also the right kind of support. This is not about piling on more pressure or giving you another overwhelming to-do list. It's about finding the right step for you. Whether you're just starting out or you've been at this a while but you're feeling stuck, I've put together a few options that meet you exactly where you are. You don't have to do them all, and you don't have to do them fast. Just feel into what's right for you now. I'll walk you through them simply, and you'll know what resonates. Okay, so if you're just beginning this journey, or you want to go back and fill in the gaps, the best place to start is with my book, From Carbivore to Carnivore, A Journey to Health and Vitality. This is more than just another food book. It's a clear, compassionate guide that explains the why behind everything we've talked about today. Goes into a bit more detail too. And it gives you the how to begin shifting safely. Inside, you'll learn how to move from a standard diet to low inflammatory, and then on to carnivore if you choose, without shocking your body. What to watch out for as your body begins to detox, how to support drainage, reduce inflammation and feel better, not worse, as things begin to shift. And most importantly, how to trust your body again. It's full of education, encouragement, and steps you can take at your own pace. So if you're ready to take the first step, but you want to feel calm and informed doing it, then this is the book for you. And I would say, this is a testimonial I got today. This is from a client who it was really lovely. I just couldn't help but share it. Just finished reading your book, devoured it in one sitting. Love how seductive it was to read, and retrospectively, from where I started at 98.6 to sustaining 65 kilos. God, this is such a priceless resource. A bit of backstory. This lovely, lovely client had been struggling with her weight for over 10, 20 years and been to the best of the best doctors in the world. So she travels a lot. And my doctor has been intrigued with my journey, so aimed to share it with her on Monday as I just had my bloods done. I am so sorry, proud of you. I don't think she meant to say sorry, but love to the farm, far and wide. Thanks for sharing your wisdom and will change many more lives. Well done, you. So I couldn't help but share that because it's so wonderful when you actually help people, and it's my go-to. So if you want to go deeper, now, if you're someone who thrives with structure, accountability, and gentle guidance, the next level of support is the full program. It includes the book, the course, and a diary. This is my 12-week signature program that walks you step by step through the 4Ds, which is extra. It's an extra bonus for you. So you don't have to second guess or do it all alone. Here's what you'll get. The book is your foundation. The online course with video lessons, tools, and insights to support each phase, and the diary, which helps you track your own journey, recognize patterns, and stay deeply connected to your progress. Now, the book and the diary, of course, are physical. They're physical, so I send them to you. You'll know when to move forward. You'll understand how to spot signs of healing or overwhelm, and you'll be supported with encouragement, not pressure. This is perfect if you've already made some shifts but feel like you're missing the full picture or one key to, and it is designed to work at your pace because healing isn't a race, it's a return. And I just really wanted to share that. So with the course, we go through the basics of healing, and then there's also advanced. If you're like me and you like to dive into the science a little bit, there's an advanced part of it. You don't have to read that, of course, but there's a bit for everyone in there. And so this is a testimonial of Fast Track to Health, one of our wonderful members. And also with Fast Track to Health, you get there's our Facebook group, and also there is weekly Q&A calls on Mondays at 7 p.m. NZ time. So Pam, I found my tribe. What a safe space to be authentically in tune with the needs of our body and soul, nurturing ourselves by eating in a way that nourishes and soothes our body, quite literally, learning what your body needs from you to function in an optimal way. The results are amazing. Energy levels, skin and hair. Inside out, you will notice change. And the weight loss is just an added bonus. I feel a little sad that my body has gone for so long not being listened to and still work tirelessly to filter, fix and function. So that's from Pam. Thank you, Pam. So, for those of you who feel like your body needs a little extra help to get moving, I've created a supported product pack to walk alongside the program. Now, these tools I've started creating them 15 years ago when Fast Track to Health first came along. They're not quick fixes, they're gentle, natural tools that help your body do what it's already trying to do. Think of them as loving nudges, not forceful pushes. Inside the product pack, you'll find a magnesium gel, which will last you the full 12 weeks. And of course, magnesium is vital for nervous system regulation, muscle relaxation, and drainage support. So in the magnesium gel, we have homeopathic remedies, essential oils, and actually herbals, which actually supports you in so many ways. We haven't got enough time to go over that because magnesium is one of my pet subjects. But anyway, so then in the product pack, you get 2 Fast Track to Health sprays. So this started off as a homeopathic spray to help the pineal, the hypothalamus, and the pituitary gland. And now it also has in it chemical detox, heavy metal detox, and other detox support. So that is taken 3 sprays in your mouth 3 times a day. Then we have boost drops. Now, I did talk a bit about Boost Drops. Now, Boost Drops came along very early in the piece when I was working with clients in 2010, and I observed a lot of people getting detox reactions, which is what we've been talking about. And so I created Boost Drops. Now, Boost are in a base of ionic minerals, which means they're very absorbable. And it also is a combination remedy that helps your drainage pathways. And like we've been talking about in the first of the 5Ds, drainage. And so basically, it can help with every single aspect of your detoxification. And so it also helps with emotions. So I created a range of essences called quantum essences, which I'm actually training practitioners in. And basically, they help. There's some in there that help you release trauma. And so I've tried to pack it all in 3 main products. Now you've got 5 products in there. You've got 2 sprays and 2 boost and 1 magnesium. And basically, they are my sort of flagship products. And I've been tweaking them for years. And they are the best I've come up with so far. So these products work synergistically with the book, the course, and the diary. And especially good if you're dealing with things like fatigue, overwhelm, or feeling blocked despite clean eating. In actual fact, I recommend, if you've never tried them, recommend trying them. And so they're simple, easy to use, and designed with your body's own intelligence in mind. Again, not essential, but powerful if your body is ready for extra help and you want to feel more supported as you move through the 4 Ds. So, if you've made progress, but it feels like something unseen is still holding you back, you've done the program already, you've already had the products, I would still recommend getting the new products because they're updated. But this is where frequency support can truly make a difference. So for many of my clients, food, supplements, and lifestyle changes get them part of the way. But when things plateau, or there's an emotional heaviness or resistance, or you know that you can get healthier, you can become more than what you've already become, then this is where our ongoing frequency support comes in. So with the Genius Biofeedback System, myself and my practitioners offer weekly mini scans for those in the program. Now, these scans pick up on energetic imbalances like detox organs, hormonal systems, emotional blocks, energetic parasites, or hidden trauma. From there, I send targeted healing frequencies supporting your system silently in the background. This is an extra cost, of course, but if you wanted to talk to us about that, then do just say frequencies, Karen, frequencies, and then we'll have a chat. And then there's LifeWave, a wearable light activated patch system that stimulates your own body's healing power. From stem cell regeneration to better sleep, pain reduction, and fat release. It's non invasive and safe for long term use. Now, there are many people who sell LifeWave within our group, so just grab hold of them. You can talk to me, or I can steer you in the direction of someone who's going to be able to help you. So these tools don't replace your other efforts. They simply help everything work more smoothly, more gently, and more deeply. So if you feel like you've hit a wall, or if you're highly sensitive, if you're energetically blocked, or dealing with deep fatigue, this may be the layer you've been missing. Now, I know I've shared a lot, and literally this is just the tip of the iceberg. And maybe you're feeling a little full right now, and that's completely normal. So let's just take a breath. You don't need to do it all. You don't need to rush. This journey is yours, and it's about choosing the next right step for you. Here's a quick recap. If you're just starting out and want to learn, start with the book. If you're ready for a guided structure, add in the course and the diary. If your body's crying out for support, include the product pack. I would always recommend that one. And if you're feeling stuck or sensitive, frequency support can help you go deeper. There's no one size fits all here. Only what resonates with your body, your intuition, and your needs in this moment. Trust that you'll know what is right, and whatever you choose, you will be supported. I know what it's like to feel stuck. I know what it's like to gain weight and it feels like overnight and you haven't changed anything. I know what it feels like. I've been there. I also know from a more recent experience is what not to do. So I'll just share with you a little experience that I had recently. Is I started taking a new formula of parasite cleanse. And of course, I'd been taking my drainage remedies. I'd been making sure my nutrients were right, and I was following my plan, and I was taking the products. And then my husband and I went away in our camper van, and I forgot, and I never forget, to take my boost drops. And I also forgot to take some extra herbs that I was using to support my central nervous system because my central nervous system is my weak point. Anyway, so to cut a long story short, we were away for a week and we were having a lovely time. And we got home. My husband went first, and he got quite sick, and he's never sick. Neither of us are ever sick. I haven't had a flu or anything like that for over 20 years. And anyway, 2 days later, I went down. I'd lost my voice. I was unable to work, and it never happens. And then I realized this was a detox reaction. I hadn't been taking my own advice. And guys, I learned by my mistakes and I'll never ever do that again. And I just wanted to share that with you because all of us make mistakes, all of us. And it literally has taken me over a week to get my voice back. And I had to record this in tranches because my voice starts to go. But basically, just to remind you that we all make mistakes and we all should learn from our experiences. And the interesting thing is I'd started writing this masterclass 2 weeks prior to us going away. And so consequently, I obviously needed a slap and I got it. I got an energetic slap. So basically, just a reminder that we need support and we need help. And just when you think that you're invincible, actually shows that we're not. So anyway, so there we go. So there's a special offer and this is for you guys watching this special offer and I will put a post up in the network because this is specially for you in the network. And so it's the full Fast Track to Health 12-week program includes the book, the courses, the diary, and is only available for the next week. And so basically, I would highly recommend that you go for the full Monty, which will include the frequencies as well. And I'm just putting that together now. And I will put a post up in our group and after I'd posted this. So keep an eye out for it. And because it really is a very, very special offer and it will not ever be repeated because it's just a blooming bargain. Anyway, thank you so much for watching and thank you so much for the feedback. And so let me know. So, and keep me posted. And if you're already on LifeWave, there's a huge buzz about LifeWave at the moment, which is the patches. If you're already on the X39, I would encourage you to use the glutathione patch in support with the detoxification process. So that's just, and if you have, there's so much to talk about with that. I'm not going to go on about it, but basically just comment, I'm interested, and we'll help guide you gently and personally towards your next step. It is really such a joy to have my voice back, and also I would love to hear what you're thinking. So if you've already been doing Fast Track to Health and you think, oh, I know it all, you don't. There's more stuff, there's more information. If you've got the book already, we've got a special, and you've got the diary, we've got a special package price for you. And just let me know. I'm not gonna confuse everyone by putting too many posts. But what I will do is I'll put the full Monty post up, which will include the book, the diary, the products, the course, the weekly calls, and also the frequencies. Not the life wave, but the frequencies, because I believe you're going to love them. And I think you'll love the life wave too, but basically this is because this is my products and my genius really. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I will just stop sharing the screen. And thank you so much for your patience. And I hope you've enjoyed this. Please, I would love your feedback. If you think I've missed something that you think new people would really appreciate, please let me know. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.